Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Dennis Saliba, Occult and Fortiana. And in today's stream, I'm going to be reacting to another compilation from BizarreBub. BizarreBub has a lot of very interesting compilations of CCTV footage of various paranormal entities. And he actually, what I like about him is that he lets his audience decide on what they think that those things are that he captures. So he doesn't try to edit things or curate too much, which is what I like. He likes to keep it raw, real, unfiltered, and I highly encourage everyone to check out his channel if you're into this sort of stuff. Having said that, let's get right into it. It's been a long time since I've done another woo-woo episode, but nonetheless, let's get into it. Now, I do want to preface this particular stream that I have not seen the footage in this video before. Every reaction that you see, every emotion that you see, every comment that you see is raw, unedited, and basically spontaneous. So I have no idea what kinds of entities he's going to be throwing us into. 2X in the house, how you doing? Yo, he says. It's time for another World of Woo-Woo stream, Blacks, or 2X. We're going to be reacting to some supernatural footage with my commentary on it, and we'll see how it goes from there. Okay, let's get into it. This is it.
On a Saturday afternoon, a group of house cleaners arrived to a house, unaware that they would encounter something very unsettling while cleaning up this place. The person who lives here had just inherited this property from someone who had a hoarding problem. Recorded by one of the cleaners, this video was taken just moments before they all started to scream.
Okay.
According to Katie, one of the cleaners, this place was not what it seemed in the photos that were sent by the owner.
She sent some pictures of the house, and judging from the pictures that she sent, like, it didn't look like it was going to be that bad or that hard a job.
Spooky, but kind of standard. I've been in a house like this, actually. I've been in an apartment. Sorry, not a house. I've been in an apartment which had a hoarding issue, and I had to clean out the whole thing before.
So I immediately take out my phone and start filming. I want to show our...
I would note that clutter can potentially increase paranormal activity, not because of the objects per se themselves, but more so that the objects may have attachments in them, or because there's more objects associated with the previous owner or the previous resident. They may have their psychic energy imprinted in these objects. So do be careful of what you bring home as well.
Boss, how this client totally misrepresented the house.
Little did Katie know that while filming, this would happen.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Yeah, doing good. I'm back at university now. I'm studying accounting and finance. Back at university, getting back into the swing of things before things really kick off next week and the week after. You've been in a house like that? That was your grandma on your mum's side? Damn. Clean your house. Clean your houses. All right, let's get focused.
Your favorite blankets.
Look for shadows, look for movements. Listen for sounds.
That's so cute. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, the smell is so bad.
Bad smell.
Oh my God, what is that?
Toilet.
Flies? Oh, shut the door.
Could be a malicious entity. Malicious entities do linger around with bad smells. They also linger around with the smell of sulfur from time to time as well. And I'm going to add you as moderator. You could be a standard moderator. Yeah, they can have secrets behind them too. That's true. That's true. Disciples is right. But don't come to that conclusion until you factor things out like sewerage issues, wear and tear of the house, and aging of the house. Having said that, if you can get a history of the house, that's very, very important. Oh, that's weird. Sorry, I'm going to replay that again. That was very quick. Oh, okay. Well, Thomas the Tank King.
Jenny wanted a cheaper
Oh,
energy
damn.
bill in Australia. She searched
Good
online,
sense.
found
No one
Flipper,
cares.
compared.
So spirit should be presumably here. Actually, that's interesting. There's a little light. If you look closely, there's a little light on that door of the oven. What I find interesting is that the Thomas the Tank thing is kind of positioned like it's looking directly at her. My sense is that this could be one of two things. This could be the prospective buyer's energy is new to the spirit, so the spirit's showing itself, letting it know that I am here. I am a presence of the house. Welcome. It could be that. It could also be an assertion of dominance as well. Like, I am watching you. You're the new prospective buyer of the house. I'm watching you. I want to see what you're up to and what your level of willpower is. And if you don't pass my tests, I can haunt you and bully you supernaturally. It'd be one of two things. It may not necessarily be a demon off the bat, just so you guys know. I'm not going to say it is or it isn't. But I would say that watch out for those patterns. Those patterns can tell you the class of spirit, even if you're not supernaturally inclined. She was a hoarder, Dennis, and we're still cleaning. It's been 4 years. We're almost done. Oh, that's good. That's good. Are you from Lyrical Leisure's channel?
I like him.
Oh, interesting. Secondary movement.
It actually comes towards us.
That's very interesting. That's a very courageous spirit. Normally spirits don't do that. From what I've seen on this channel anyway, in my experiences too. It could be a child spirit. The child spirit could be attached to the toy, but I'm sort of doubtful of that. I get the feeling it's more of the previous owner or just a lingering spirit that happens to be there at that point in time. But that light is very interesting in that oven.
What have you gotten us into?
Oh my god, is this here? Really?
Don't love that.
While filming,
Yeah, I don't like that third movement. I think that third movement is definitely don't buy the house. Let me linger here. That to me strikes me as a sign of dominance.
condition of this house, a ride-on play toy begins to move on its own. But it doesn't just move randomly,
It's a
but rather
conduit.
towards the cleaning crew.
This is a conduit.
As if the
for
clutter in
sure.
this place wasn't already terrifying enough, this happens.
That's why I say with things that you buy, especially toys and furniture and artwork, there is haunted artwork out there, by the way. Be very mindful of the history behind the thing that you're buying, because these things can linger. And it's true that in movies like The Exorcist, that talisman of Pazuzu started to possess and haunt that girl in the movie, although it was a boy in real life, from the amulet. It was an amulet from ancient Sumer or Egypt in the movie, I think. Not sure about real life. So just be mindful.
Now, obviously, they were freaked out by this, but after thinking that this may have been a battery-powered car, they look back at the footage to confirm this. However, while rewatching, they notice something pretty chilling. Watch closely.
Oh, wow. Look at that. No engine, no motor. Wow. That might be legitimate, I'm going to say. That might be legitimate. I didn't even think about the engine thing. No motor, no battery pack. And it's on the side.
As it seems, this toy is entirely made of plastic. No battery or motorized components appear to be seen here. If no power source had caused its movement, then what did? But the bigger question is, how exactly did it suddenly shift?
I mean, you can, and and yet she talks to the ghosts. I mean, you can, but it's not something that I advise unless you are specifically trying to test it, or unless you're specifically trying to command it, like, leave me alone, I don't want to talk to you. Basically like you would with a real life human being, right? Leave me alone, I don't want to talk to you, please go on into the afterlife, or please go back to your point of origin. That's a very good phrase for dealing with entities. If you're not able to identify it and you don't have a name to do an exorcism, you can say, please go back to your point of origin. And it's a very neutral phrase as well. And it's also asserting a spiritual boundary and an agreement that the ghost or entity has to abide by. Looks like a face on that little counter. Now that you mention it, I am going to scroll back a little.
This toy is entirely made of plastic. No battery.
Is there anything here? That could be the axle, but that could be an orb as well.
Or motorized components appear to be seen here. If no power source had
looks like a face on the counter, you say. That's the pan. That's something inside the pan, I think. Water bottle. That's like an animal, like an animal outline from a decoration. You could say that maybe a face
caused its movement, then what did? But the big
I don't see the face on the counter, I'm sorry. Here to the left, I think that's a bag. I think that's a bag.
Your question is, how exactly did it suddenly shift towards the group's direction? It's as though it just knew where they were. To Katie, this occurrence would stay a mystery, as she wouldn't be returning to this house for various reasons. But then
Well, I'll put it this way. Spirits can definitely move objects telekinetically because they have an electromagnetic. I theorize that they have an electromagnetic body, and that electromagnetic body can move matter through resonance and frequencies. And Nikola Tesla's science basically explains all of that. The wooden counter. Okay, the wooden counter. She has this doll named Lola. Ooh. The wooden counter rewinded a few seconds when they paused. All right.
As it seems, this toy is entirely made of plastic. No battery or motorized components appear to be seen here. If no power source had caused its movement, then what did? This toy is entirely made of plastic. No battery or motorized components appear to be seen here. If no power source had
Here. You mean around here, right? Because that's kind of where I sense the energy is coming from. The wooden counter. Yeah. Okay. I sense the energy there, actually, to be honest. Like, I'm a child and I'm going to do this type of business. Speaking of ghosts, I watched this called Ghosts, and it's about these two people who are dating and a woman who can see ghosts because she hit her head. Go to the right of her hand. Okay, gotcha.
caused its movement, then what did?
The right of her hand. Here, okay, somewhere.
Or motorized components appear to be seen here.
Yeah, okay. I don't think that's just the wood.
As it seems, this toy is entirely made
Yeah, okay.
of plastic.
About here somewhere.
No battery or motorized components appear to be seen here. If no power source had caused its movement, then what did? But the bigger question is, how exactly did it suddenly shift towards the group's direction?
Electromagnetic resonance.
It just knew where they were.
Spirits have this
To
capability.
Katie, this occurrence would stay a
Except for
mystery,
maybe
as she wouldn't be returning to this house for various reasons. But then a few days later, the owner reaches out again.
We told her that we would be willing to come back, but only under 3 conditions. The first being that we needed to. Second, that the Thomas the Tank Engine toy would absolutely not be in the house.
That's a smart move. I've had an experience, I told you guys already on my previous streams, but going back to that, I cleared out a spirit by opening the windows on the 3rd floor of my ex's house. There used to be a little girl playing and jumping up and down the stairs, and one day, like one night, I was woken up by the jumping on the up and down of the stairs. And I look into the keyhole and I can see like a brown aura of a girl looking back on the other side. And there was a doll up on the 3rd floor. And when I put the doll in the bin and I left the windows open for about a day, the spiritual presence never bothered me again. So highly likely that the spirit is attached to that toy.
Agreed to all of our conditions, and so we returned to the job.
Yeah, I saw the scratched out
day
face.
back, this happened.
Come here. Come here.
In the middle.
Come see.
Yeah, I saw the scratched out face. It was like a white face.
Come here.
All right.
What is this?
Let's see what you're doing.
Come here. Come see.
What are you going to do next? It's behind. I'm not sure if you saw that very quickly. So there's no sunlight behind the toy.
What is this? Come here. Come
But then
see.
you quickly see the sunlight behind the toy. See that? Did you see that? The chair leg.
Come see.
Very quick though. Chair leg? Chair leg. Buttons up. It was right near the chair leg.
Get out. We have to burn that thing.
I mean, what she's doing is not bad, but you can throw the toy out and then hopefully people not reacting to the toy denies it of psychic energy. Also, I see it behind. It's right there in the frame. It might look like a camera blur, but like to me, it looks like a little mini hand behind that there. I see it. I sent you on Discord. All right, I'm going to have to look at this. I'm going to have to have a look. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying now. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Wow, that's crazy. That's wild. Someone scratched that face on a wooden counter. Yeah, fuck, that's crazy.
And then
And it stayed like that all day and stopped moving. Don't feed it your fear. What are you doing? You're dumb. Don't feed it your fear.
crazy.
Giving it too much energy.
Right now, you can join the Stage Academy
Jeez,
and the
that's
Stage Community, all for $249.
Once again, the toy car somehow begins to move by itself. Only this time, it's in the backyard. Although pretty strange, there's something else that Katie recorded on her second day at this place, and it's something that's left her even more spooked as she begins to move by itself.
Yeah.
Only this time, it's in the backyard. Although pretty strange, there's something else that Katie recorded on her second day at this place, and it's something that's left her even more spooked. As she states, she was recording the mantle area because of something she saw in the photos that were sent by the owner. Take a look.
Like in the pictures she originally sent us when we were doing the first estimate, there was a picture of a photo album. And in the album, there's a picture of a child. I'm obviously going to post the pictures above, the face blurred, of course, but you can see the kid on it.
The kid.
Child. I'm obviously going to post the pictures above, the face.
Photo of the kid. Is that it? It looks like it. And it's behind this artwork. So that's the supposed photo of the kid.
Blurred, of course, but you can see the kid on it.
Look carefully when I take the video of the mantle.
Wow, she has Polaroids of the ghost kid. It's a child, yeah. It's the spirit of a child.
There are these blue bowls stacked up, and in those bowls are some Polaroid pictures. And if you look really closely, you can see that in the pictures is the Thomas train that we keep seeing move. And on this Thomas train is a boy. He looks to be like around 9 or so.
Okay.
And I don't know anything about him. I don't know who he is. The owner didn't tell us anything about him.
As Katie believes, this toy had most likely belonged to the boy in this photo, and her suspicion is that the boy had passed away, given all the strange activity that's happened with this toy.
That's the
Now, of
conclusion
course,
I come
this is
to
just a
as
theory
well.
she has. There doesn't seem to be any evidence to prove that whoever this was had passed away and therefore been responsible for the toy's movement. But one night, a phone call regarding this whole situation had made her stomach drop. Listen.
Hello.
Hi, this is Katie.
You know, your phone is cutting up a little bit the whole time we were talking. I'm wondering too, because that was his train. And
That was his train.
yes, and so when you told me that, and then I saw what you were talking about, I don't know what to think. I mean, I don't.
Just give me a sec. I think my dad's home. All right. Let's keep watching.
I don't know how to take it,
But you do feel like that.
talking about. I don't know what to think. I mean, I don't know how to take it,
But you do feel like that it's your nephew moving the train?
well, anything can happen. I don't know what to say. I mean, okay, have a good night.
Thanks, you too, Sandra.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
As it turns out, the homeowner's nephew had passed away. It's unknown as to how he passed, but considering that this was the house that he lived in before his aunt took over the property,
What's that? That's interesting. That could be wear and tear on the door, though.
it's no surprise.
Wow.
As it turns out, the homeowner's nephew had passed away. It's unknown as to how he passed, but considering that this was the house that he lived in before his aunt took over the property, it's no surprise to see his stuff still lying around. And to make this even more strange, the owner had sent Katie a video of something she recorded a few weeks back after taking over the place.
Oh. Wow. I think this one's legit. That's crazy.
A mini door on this playset can be seen opening on its own before somehow shutting by itself. Seeing this video and all the other activity that happened before, could it be that the owner's nephew had actually been present at this place? After all, most of the activity revolves around toys. But as always, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions.
Yeah,
For now,
I'm
as it
inclined to
seems,
believe
this
one.
video remains a mystery.
No, it's not a mystery. It's the spirit of the boy for sure.
On May 20th of 2026, a man is looking after his sick mother through a baby monitor when he sees her staring at something that appears to be on the ceiling.
What's that noise?
There doesn't appear to be anything noticeable in this room, yet strangely, Raymond's mother continues to stare at the ceiling as though something were there. Now this
Having worked in aged care myself as a caterer, not as a nurse, I'm not a nurse, I would say that that phenomenon is a bit more common than you would think. And interestingly, a lot of nurses working in that aged care facility reported basically the same thing. They reported lots of supernatural phenomenon happening all over the CCTV footage, even the head RN. Surprisingly, the head RN, one of the most skeptical people, actually believed in this stuff the most.
detail is important because for the past few weeks, Raymond has been recording his mom reaching up towards something above her bed.
Yeah, she started again.
It could be
Whether
the
coming
rattle
from the
of
ceiling
death.
or somewhere else, he's already checked the space multiple times and always finds nothing. But one day, while recording his mom doing her usual reach, he gets this.
She's reaching up. Very common.
I don't understand.
Pretty common phenomenon. Let's keep the camera still there. Oh! That was interesting. Touches her hair. Oh! Interesting.
As Raymond films his mom reaching up again, he gets this, the nurse's hair getting whipped upwards. Looking back at this clip, she neither turns her head nor jolts in any way to cause her hair to jump. It just goes up on its own before she even moves.
I'm out of ideas.
Just how exactly did Nurse Judy's hair fly up without there being a visible cause?
It could be possible that, I'm not going to say this one's a demonic spirit either, although this can be one of the signs of a demonic attack, especially pulling hard. But I would say that this seems like that there's a entropy point or like a collapsing of dimensions between the living and the dead. And part of that is caused by the grandma or the mother being, aging and unwell. The other thing could be it's just the nature of the property of the house. And I don't know the history, so I can't rule out any conclusions.
To her, it felt as though someone had grabbed her hair. Now there's something worth noting about this specific statement, and it's the fact that it says pulled up. As Raymond believes, if something had yanked her hair upwards, then it had to be something from above. And if that's so, then maybe Mom isn't just seeing things after all. While there's nothing visible to support this claim, there is something on this bed that might.
This is the phone that my mom used
One night, during one of her episodes of Reaching Upwards, she takes out her phone and records the ceiling. Take a look.
Ah, you were pulling the blanket. I see. Pulling the blanket. I'm wondering if this is a resident from the house before, or if this is maybe her former husband. Maybe her husband passed away. That was interesting. The mum's aware. She's aware. She can backtrack and sense that nothing is physically there. Keeping an eye on here as well, in case something moves. I saw an orb. There was an orb. Yeah, it came from here. There was an orb, and it flew in this direction.
Neither Raymond nor his mother's nurses could explain what was caught here. Thinking that something would appear on the ceiling, he sees this instead. Under his mother's blanket, a strange bump shows up. Whatever this is wasn't there initially, as footage from early on shows the bed being completely flat. It's nowhere to be found, much like the noises that are heard in this video. Between hearing this and seeing the lump, Raymond now thinks that it's not just the ceiling anymore, but rather the entire room that's active.
I mean, there's nothing.
Nothing under the sheets.
Nothing here.
Bed.
You would think this is where you'd see something. You know? Underneath the bed is just supplies.
Now, after checking all around and posting this video, someone suggested that he cut open the mattress to see if there was something inside that made the bulge. To Raymond, this didn't seem like a good idea. He wasn't going to ruin his mom's mattress just to find nothing inside. But eventually, after getting her a new one because of this video and seeing that it's already falling apart from its underside, he figured, why not give it a try now?
Okay.
It goes without saying, but what he finds terrified him.
All right, so this is the bed we're going to take a look in.
Good suggestion. The people in this video.
Mattress
What
is
is
just
that? Is that a reflection?
Now, it goes without saying, but what he finds terrified him.
All right, so this is the bed we're going to take a look in.
Okay. Yeah, it's like there's an orb standing right here.
The new mattresses just came in.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm Harv Nagra. I'm back with another Ops Quickie, and this time we're talking about business.
Like she.
That's just great. Cut the whole thing.
It's like a rough stage.
Thank you. To the person who suggested this, thank you.
Yeah, good call. Not gonna lie, good call.
Jesus Christ.
Is it like a talisman or
No signs of any lumps were found inside,
Yeah.
but something just as horrifying was discovered. What was thought to be a new bed was actually just a used mattress that was covered up and made to look new. Raymond had no idea that he bought a mattress that was technically refurbished. There were no labels or any zippers to indicate this was a cover when he bought this a year ago.
Okay.
While it's rare, there have been documented cases of people opening up their beds and finding a secondhand mattress inside. Upon discovering this, Raymond throws out the mattress and reports that since then, there hasn't been much activity in his mother's room. But then 2 nights later,
That's interesting. I've never heard of a case like that. But it goes to show in the first video that the same principle can still apply even to a mattress, that one's life force can be absorbed by the object, and then the object has a psychic imprinting on it depending on the history. But this is a very crazy case.
this happens.
Here's the mattress
Okay.
I took out of my mom's room. This is the mattress that I cut up the other day. It's out on the curb, getting ready to be picked up. Now, this is the mattress that I thought was the source of everything. The knocking. Tell me why. Tell me why I still hear the knocking.
Thinking that the bed had been the culprit this whole time, he was ticked off to see that it was still happening. But by far, the creepiest thing that's happened since throwing out the mattress is this last video. While looking at the monitor, both Raymond and his mother's nurse noticed this.
It's there. Right there. I see you. You're right there. And it looks like there's a little face here. I don't know if that's a little face, but it looks like there's a little face there and here. But I don't know what to make of this particular entity. I don't feel like it's good, but I don't feel like it's malicious either. I just feel like it's a disturbance. Maybe a past resident of some kind. But it's there, yeah, there's a bump there. The mum's not in the bed. That kind of looks like a face.
Oh my god, I see it.
Yep. Doing that, putting its hands on the mattress. Looks like a face.
Oh, go, 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 go.
I'll get the house blessed. Priest, shaman, spiritual leader, druid. I'd be getting that room blessed.
After checking all around, they find nothing. So then, the question is begged, just what is going on inside his mother's room? If the activity still continues, even with the mattress gone, then what can explain this? There have yet to be more updates coming up from
Could be
Raymond,
attached to
but in
the
the
room.
meantime, let me know your thoughts on this one.
To me, it seems attached to the room. There's also what looks like a little outline there. That's probably the creepiest part of that video. Ooh. Number 3.
Now this next video takes place at a subway station, where apparently something appears inside a tunnel when it gets completely dark. It's the reason why many commuters who know about this passage take out their phones and begin to record. Now the train speed makes it hard to see, but if you slow the footage, you'll see what appears to be another station that's entirely empty and outdated.
Oh, wow. It's like a collapsing of timelines. It's like a different timeline merged directly into the 3D reality. That was wow.
Now, this next video takes place at a subway station,
Modern
where
train
apparently
station.
something appears inside a
Yellow
tunnel
background.
when it gets completely dark. It's the reason why many commuters who know about this passage take out their phones and begin to record.
Yeah, wow. Time slip. And then it goes back to the modern.
Now, the train speed makes it hard to see, but if you slow the footage, you'll see what appears to be another station that's entirely empty and outdated. Trains always pass it, but they never stop here. And
Like a liminal space, or this is just like an old train station that got shut down?
maybe that's a good thing, because in a recent video shared by someone who wanted to film this secret station, something was caught on camera that's left many commuters terrified. The Chambéry station in Madrid, Spain is a train station that's been out of service for quite some time. It was shut down in 1966, but trains still pass
1966
it as it sits in between two stations that are still operating. However, every so often, people sneak inside and explore the place, only to be left feeling unsettled. On May 30th of 2026, a passenger on the subway
supernatural entities do tend to flock towards abandoned places, and I don't know the reason why, but they tend to do that. Maybe because dimensions there, they collapse into 3D reality and bleed into 3D reality.
line was getting ready to record the Chambéry station when they caught this instead.
Hey, station use. Engine station. Figures. Orbs. Okay, it was a figure, shadow person-y figure. I saw that.
As it seems, the Chambéry station might not be abandoned after all. As the speeding train passes by an entrance, there appears to be a girl.
Wow, damn, and it's a full-bodied apparition too. She's wearing white. Long black hair, white dress, kind of Victorian-ish era. No clear facial features. That's pretty insane.
Dressed in a white gown, who seems to be watching everyone on board. Mind you, that this part of the station is off limits to the public, so whoever this was shouldn't even be there. But maybe, as some believe, this wasn't a person. As local legend has it,
It doesn't strike me as a person. It strikes me as a monitoring spirit of some kind.
before closing down, the Chambéry station had a passenger who lost their life on these tracks. That passenger happened to be a girl who fell off a train. Now, while the story can't be verified, viewers no doubt believe that what was caught here had to be the girl who passed away.
Interesting.
Though, unfortunately, no further updates or videos have been posted by the user who shared this.
I wonder what station that is, and if they've named the girl, or if there's a photo of the girl, but that's interesting.
Who or what had been inside this abandoned station.
It also could be a monitoring spirit posing as the girl who passed away, and then what it does is it uses the death of the girl to assume its identity, and then by assuming its identity, it then has legal entry into that place. So that's something I'm a bit wary of with these monitoring spirits. I think it's a monitoring spirit though, but it's a collapsing
Everything
of
you know
timelines.
about paying off your mortgage is wrong.
For
You've been
sure.
told to chase the lowest interest rate,
There's
make
a collapsing
extra
of
payments when you
timelines
can,
between
and keep refinancing
1966.
every few years. Sound familiar? Well, that's exactly why you're still stuck.
And the current timeline.
Now, the following video comes from a mother
Waking up with baby for diaper change.
who just had a newborn baby when one night at around 3:40 in the morning, her cameras record something that leaves her too scared to leave the room. according to Daisy Andrade. Out of all the strange things that have happened at home, this one may just be the most terrifying. And it doesn't help that what she captured might have some connection to what others have caught on camera while visiting the island where she lives.
Okay, so she lives on an island and she captures an EMP of some kind, electromagnetic voice phenomenon. Sound like children. I'm terrified of spiritual stuff. I hope whatever that was doesn't bother your family again.
In Hawaii, there's a lot of ancient Hawaiian stories.
Oh, she's in Hawaii. That makes sense. There's a lot of USO sightings in Hawaii, a lot of UAP activity as well. There are a lot of folklore stories in Hawaii from what I've heard.
Or traditions, or I would call superstitions. It's probably just ancient Hawaiian spirits trying to get my attention.
So take note of this stick here, right? Okay. So there's nothing to its left, but at the same time, I look at this other one. I zoom in.
Whoa. Wow, look at that. By the stick. It's a face.
Look at that. But I zoom into this, but this is like a hole.
Oh, that gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
It's a man.
Seeing this only makes Daisy's video that much more unsettling. As she writes, I always pray with my boys before bed, and coincidentally, we forgot to say our nightly prayer this night. Whatever was here will not be welcomed here again.
Good.
This is what she caught.
Yeah. It's mimicking. It's mimicking. It's a mimic. It's a mimic. I hear it. Mom? Yeah. Turning around to see him not standing where I thought I just heard him call for me from. Mommy, yeah. Yeah. I don't sense a good spirit there. It's not a demon, but I just don't sense that that's a good spirit. Could be a low-ranking demon of some kind or a local folk spirit, which is basically a mimic. Could be a mimic. I think it's a mimic. I start feeling uneasy and confused. Both of my boys don't sleep or walk, caught between telling myself that I heard my son's voice calling for me and gaslighting myself into thinking that I'm just sleep deprived and extremely tired. I trust your instincts though. Well, it sounds exactly like my son's voice coming from right outside our bedroom window. Not good. What did that say? I immediately go to my other half to wake him up and completely covered in chickens. Explaining to him that someone's outside calling my name, Mom, but it sounds like our son's voice. Oh, it happened again. I mean, at least she didn't do it alone. That's good, but I would not open the doors. I would keep the doors shut because that can let spirits in. Okay, check on the children. It's good. Make sure the children are okay. start trying to figure out exactly what happened. I'm very uncomfortable and confused explaining to him what I heard and felt, and he can sense the weirdness of the situation and the uneasiness. Came to the conclusion that this was something spiritual. I agree, and it was in fact not one of our boys calling for me. My whole body is covered in chicken skin. I'm guessing that's another word for goosebumps, and we're just trying to figure out we're going back to sleep. It's your nervous system. Your nervous system knows better. It's there for a reason. Your nervous system is your first line of defense with regards to such things. If you feel a cold spot and your nervous system tells you that you're being watched, you are probably being watched.
Finding a cheaper energy bill is easy with Flipper. Jenny compared providers on flipper.com.
After encountering whatever it was that sounded just like their child, Daisy and her husband concluded that this whole incident had to be something paranormal. Either someone or something that couldn't be seen was calling out to Daisy. But according to her, she swore it sounded just like her son, who during this whole time was fast asleep. If neither of her older children were awake, then who was calling out to Mom?
It's a mimic. It's a mimic.
As Daisy states, living in Hawaii has made her experience countless unexplainable things. This one is just one of many, but she can't deny that this incident has been the most unsettling encounter to date. Whether it's the ghost that many tourists see on this island or something else entirely, simply not knowing what spoke that night is creepy enough to Daisy and her family. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com.
He didn't.
That being said, let's get back to the video.
I've tried to send him one.
Now on September 10th of 2025, a CCTV camera in the corner of a highway interchange recorded something that many pedestrians had witnessed but couldn't make sense of. They were frightened by what emerged from this highway. At around 2:20 p.m., pedestrians on the Concordia Bridge Highway in Mexico City were suddenly
Mexico City, 2:20 p.m. In the middle of the day.
They were frightened by what emerged from this highway. At around 2:20 p.m., pedestrians on the Concordia Bridge Highway in Mexico City were suddenly surrounded by a strange fog that seemingly came out of nowhere.
I've experienced fog like this before in a couple of places. These were historical places. The first one was in the church section of Hastings Castle. I was on holiday in Scotland visiting Hastings Castle with my family, and it was a warm day too for Scotland anyway. It was a warm day too of about 15 degrees, 17 degrees Celsius. The sun was up. And this white fog appeared in the forest out of nowhere in the middle of the day. And what I sensed that it was the spirits of the people who passed away around that church, because the church itself has a graveyard complex around it. And then it's right behind the castle, and the castle itself has its own stories as well of hauntings. Another place where I've experienced a similar fog was in Vietnam. No, sorry, not Vietnam. It was in Kiama, and there's that haunted bike track near Minamara Rainforest. And it is in between Dunmore Station, where the trains are at Shell Harbour, and the mansion. And there were 13 killings there back in the 1890s and the 1880s. There was the murder of 13 Indigenous Australians. And I've been there in the daytime, I've been there in the nighttime, I've been there in the mornings, all periods of the day. And this fog will even appear in the middle of a warm Australian summer day of about 24 degrees Celsius. And it'll just seemingly come, and then it'll just go, it'll vanish. So fog like this can be spirits. Actually, most likely, fog like this can be spirits in haunted locations with a history like that.
They weren't sure where the fog had come from or why many people were running away from it. But when news broke that a gas tanker had tipped over on a curving ramp, causing a massive cloud of gas, things made sense now.
Okay.
Except for one thing. While researching this incident, I found a surprising number of comments from people.
I believe it when that happened, there was a tremendous amount of smoke and almost nothing could be seen. At times you could see like silhouettes within the cloud. Some even seem to be flying. They are souls in sorrow. May they rest in peace.
Claiming to have seen silhouettes or shadowy figures flying through the smoke. Although the fog was no longer a mystery, people still couldn't explain the strange faces and eerie shadows they saw in the mist. Now, although none of these videos seem to show any of the so-called flying silhouettes people saw, one video captures something that's just as unsettling. On May 25th of 2026, almost a year later, a motorcyclist travels down the same highway where the gas leak happened. Mind you, that the reason this bridge looks darker than usual is because shortly after the gas leak, a spark had lit up the whole place. This is what was caught.
Okay, so there was a fire.
If you're dealing with IBS, bloating, other digestive issues, or seemingly non-related gut symptoms, such as mood or skin conditions, or if you've been bathroom mapping and declining dinner invitations.
Cycling. Whoa. Wow, they caught an EVP too. Okay, so it looks like a humanoid cloud shape of some kind of like misty humanoid. And it's like a scream, like as if he died. That was the place where he died, basically.
The motorcyclist who posted this wasn't sure if he was just hearing things, but after watching the footage from his dash cam, it's clear that an agonizing scream was heard nearby. Now, while the source isn't obvious, something else is. It wasn't until many people started screenshotting a certain moment in this clip and putting it in the comments that the footage became even more unsettling. At around the following timestamp, this was
25th of May 2026. 7:12:05 p.m.
captured. Watch closely.
It's like a portal.
An outline of a misty figure can be seen standing to the right. It isn't exactly a perfect silhouette, but something noticeable appears right behind the concrete barrier, and it's the fact that a scream is immediately followed afterwards that viewers couldn't help but theorize what this was. Maybe, as some believe, this figure had been the spirit of someone who lost their life during the sudden gas fire.
Whoa.
To those who were there when it happened, this belief isn't far-fetched. They, and most others who visit the place now, often feel a sense of dread and unease. They don't exactly know why that is, but feel that it might be due to the residual energy left behind by those who unfortunately met their end.
I agree.
But of course, what do you...
In Kayama, when I was at that haunted site where the murders happened, there were gunshots, there were screams. If you turn up the volume in your bass loud enough, you can hear indigenous corroboree music. So a whole bunch of things happen there. It's pretty interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a similar case. Traumatic event, residual haunting, which leads to a psychic imprint on the location, and then it plays as a repeating loop again and again and again and again.
You think, could this have been someone who passed away from the fire of 2025? Or was something else caught on camera? As with most videos, this one remains a mystery. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also,
seen
if you
this
haven't
one
already
yet.
done so, please subscribe and make sure to hit the bell icon so you don't miss any uploads in the future. Also, be sure to check out the official TikTok account for this channel. That being said, until next time.
Thank you, BizarreBub. Always love your content as always. So that's basically it. This went on for a bit longer than I thought it would, but very, very interesting footage, very interesting cases, everything that you saw. Definitely not scripted at all whatsoever. I'm going to read this comment here. Speaking of ghosts, I watched this called Ghosts, and it's about these two people dating. You can see ghosts, and she hit her head. That's interesting. Humanis Invictus, you are stronger than these beings, and you are infinite consciousness, and you don't have to put up with the hauntings, residual or active hauntings of these beings. So you have legal rights just as much as you have spiritual legal rights, and as always, be aware of them and don't be gamed by the paranormal either, as much as we say don't be gamed by the system of the powers of control here. Bye for now. Take care. Humanis Invictus, the human spirit is never conquered.